Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you for attending our 6th virtual Oak Brook Business Network meeting. My name is Rhonda Seelinger, and I am the Marketing Director for our networking groups. And I want to start off just by sharing a little bit about our groups. In 2008, the founders created 5 groups on LinkedIn and trademarked their names. They are the Naperville, Northwest, North Shore, Oak Brook, and Windy City Business Networks. And the Naperville network has grown to become the largest online LinkedIn group for Naperville with over 2,000 people. And to date, we have over 200 paid members. The Oak Brook group meets the first Monday of each month, and we always have a guest speaker. And normally we meet in person at the Oak Brook Village building. However, with COVID and for the remainder of the year, we will be virtual via Zoom and Facebook Live. We do offer many ways for our members to be able to advertise their businesses digitally as well, and you're welcome to reach out if you want to learn more about that. We also hold monthly happy hour events and quarterly formal dinners, and we are hoping that those will resume next spring. But until then, we do offer our members more advertising options, etc. So please, again, feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions about that. To learn more about our groups and future events or membership, please visit our website at oakbrookbiz, that's biz.net. Today's meeting is being recorded, and we will make it available on our website blog page later this week at oakbrookbiz.net. And if you have any questions, please do type them into the chat box, and we will moderate those when it's Q&A time. Same if you are on Facebook Live, you're welcome to type in your comments in the comment section, and we will moderate those as appropriate. Today's speaker is Michel Sharritt, who is one of our board members and owners of our networking groups. Michel runs 2 local businesses as well, QCamp, which is a full-service digital marketing firm that specializes in creating user-friendly websites, social media marketing, SEO, email marketing campaigns, etc. And her other business is Situated Research, which is a usability firm where they invite users to come in and test video games, websites, and software. They have PhDs on staff, including Dr. Sharritt, one of our group owners, who specializes in usability to give feedback to software companies and businesses on how to make their software more user-friendly. And with that, today's speaker, Michel, is going to be talking to us about buyer personas. So welcome, Michel. I'll let you take it from here.
Thank you so much, Rhonda. So today I will be talking to you guys about buyer personas and what those are and why they're so important for your business. As Rhonda said, I do own 2 local companies here in the Naperville area. And one of those is QCamp, as she said, which is a digital marketing firm. And then our other company, which is our parent company, is Situated Research. So that's more of a usability firm. So when you think of usability, you think of products being user-friendly, you think of software as being user-friendly, websites, and we also dibble and dabble with the video game industry as well to make video games more fun and educational. So buyer personas and personas in general come from our parent company, Situated Research. That's really a usability term. And it's very important for small businesses, especially small businesses, because if you don't know who your buyers are, how can you sell your products and your services? So understanding those different persona types, those different persona groups will help you to be more, bring in more revenue for your business, be able to target your target audiences better. So I'm going to teach you today some things that are going to help you with your small business. So just a helpful guide today to kind of get you through that process. But have you ever really thought, or has your company ever created buyer personas? Most likely when I do this talk, people don't raise their hands because a lot of them don't even know what a persona is, or they just never gone through that process. So today you're going to be able to identify your stakeholder groups within your business and how to target them in a better way than you have been. We're also going to talk about creating the best overall user experience for your users and what that looks like. And it doesn't matter if you sell a product, doesn't matter if you sell a service, whatever your business does, you can target to them. And then how to better market your products and services out to the public. So we're going to talk about all of that today. So why do personas even matter? What are personas and why do we even need them within our small business? How do you even generate a persona for your business? How does that process look like? How do you go about it? And then after you do all of that, how do you use the personas to tailor to your sales department, your marketing? And we're going to go through that today. So first of all, what is a persona? The definition of a persona is that it's a generic abstraction of a buyer archetype that interacts with your business. In layman terms, it's a fake person that we create that represents a target group for your company, a group of people that you would target to sell your product or your service to. And there's more than one, and we'll go through that as well. So here we have one of our personas that we've created, Kyle, for a business that we worked with last year. And as you can see, this is just an example or persona type. And this is Kyle and his information, but you can see how detailed it gets. We know what age he is. We know, what he likes to buy, what he doesn't. So this was for a car company. So we have all these specifics in here. We even have a picture of Kyle, and Kyle's a fake person. But it kind of helps our sales team and our marketing department put a face to Kyle's persona. So as I said, a persona is just an abstract idea of your potential customer that might engage with your business. So it includes demographic information. It includes their preferences, their likes, their dislikes. It includes their goals that they have as a customer, a consumer. And it also gives you some key relevancy to what they like to buy, their purchase engagement, their purchase practices. So you're kind of looking at this and you're like, wow, this is pretty detailed. How do I get that detailed? And we're going to get into that. So first of all, why do we even need personas? Remember that personas are personalized for your business, but they help us to tailor our business offerings big time, whether you're selling a product or you're selling a service. It helps our sales departments, it helps our marketing departments, it helps corporate in so many different ways. Personas just yield that personalization aspect of how we sell our services and our products. So for sales and marketing, if you're in those divisions of your company or you're a small business owner and you have a sales department, you have marketing people, this is key to coming up with personas because it helps them to gauge so many things. With marketing, it helps them to gauge how they're going to do their social media marketing. How are they going to gear social media posts to different groups of people so that we can sell our products and services? What do we mail out to people? Do we mail anything out? What do those marketing materials look like? What's the verbiage? What's the brand messaging and the verbiage that should be used in these marketing materials? It's going to catch them. That's going to want them to be like, hey, let me check out this company and move forward. So it just creates specifics for our marketing efforts. It also helps us, again, like I said, personalize emails, marketing content to send out to specific users. For our sales department, it's key. It helps us to figure out and put a face to our different segmented groups of people that we want to target and sell our products to, that we want to target and sell our services to. And it addresses specific needs, specific goals, wants, desires, whatever it may be, for people who are going to purchase our products and services. And it really helps us to hook our target audience as well. For business owners like myself and for designers of products, it helps big time. It helps us here at QCamp and Situated Research. We've done our personas. We know who our target audiences are. So when I have our monthly sales meeting with our sales team, I'm like, hey guys, we didn't sell enough websites last month. What's going on? What's happening with this target group? How can we, change our marketing, change our sales approach, whatever it may be? What happened last month? So we can have those discussions and we can understand what's happening because we know who we're trying to target. We can get a clear understanding on our users' needs from a design perspective. So let's say we sell a product. Maybe that product needs to change. Maybe our different persona groups are changing. They're evolving, which they always are. So one question that's popping up here on Facebook Live is how often, once you create personas for your business, do they ever change? And if so, how often? So that's a great question. And that's a question that comes up a lot from our clients. And the answer to that question is everything's evolving. Your business is always evolving. The times are changing. We're in COVID now. And most people are working from home. And so things are changing. And so you need to be able to change as well along with them. So maybe the way that you sold your product last year just is not that effective this year. And your demographic has changed. Your persona group has changed. So you need to look at that again. So as a collective group of individuals here at Situated Research, our researchers feel every 6 months, make sure that you kind of look at your personas again, revisit them, and say, hey, these groups are great, but this group totally changed, and this is why, and we need to change it, and now we need to change our marketing, and we need to change our sales approach. Personas also help us to be empathetic to our customers. So when we create personas, we talk to our different departments within our company. We definitely want to talk to customer service. Customer service is key because customer service folks, they know the goals of our customers and they know the things that they don't like as well, big time. So they definitely have a piece in the pie here with their input and how we need to be able to create the personas for our company. So when we come in, when one of our researchers comes in from Situated Research to your company, we're talking to all your departments. We're talking to your corporate side. We're talking to your marketing. We're talking to your sales team. We're talking to project managers. And we're talking to your customer service team because everybody has input. Everybody has a different perspective as to what your clients want or your customers want. And so all those needs and wants, and desires, and all of those things need to be put into the different persona types so that we can better understand our user base. So let's take a look at what an example persona might look like and how do we make it relevant for each of our businesses. Every business is different. You may be a manufacturing business. You may sell a product. You may be a software company. You may be a small business, an embroidery shop, whatever it may be. But personas can be made for any type of business. Everybody has customers. Everybody has clients. So for our business, for QCamp, our digital marketing firm, we have different segmented groups of folks. We have different services that we offer. So we'll go through that in just a moment on how you could create personas when you sell services. I know a lot of people, and some questions are popping up on Facebook Live about, I don't sell a product, I sell services. So how does this help me? So here's an example persona. We just named him Joe. And we put a picture to Joe, just so, we can, it's always good to have a visual. So we have Joe here. Joe's a male software developer in his 20s. He works for a tech firm in San Francisco. We have what motivates him, his goals. He likes cutting edge technology. He's focused on health and fitness. He does have some frustrations. He doesn't like complicated manuals to look at. He doesn't like instructions. And he loves video gaming. He loves social media. So this is Joe. So we have a picture of Joe and we have his criteria. So he could be a persona. Then we have Sherry. Sherry could be persona type number 2 for our business. Sherry's an office manager in her 30s. She works at a medical company in New York. She has motivations and goals. She also has frustrations and habits as well. So we could take these two personas and we'd be like, okay, for our business, we have two personas, and these are the two. And we have male and a female group. And our female group is usually in their mid-30s. Our male group is usually in their 20s. So we could start targeting how we do our marketing, how we do our sales, everything based off of these two persona groups. So how do we create a persona? We have to really look at what we sell and who buys it. So who's our customer base? Who's been our customer base since the beginning? If you're a startup company, this could be a little bit more difficult to do. You're kind of doing some guesswork when you start your business as to who your target audience is. When you're writing up your business marketing plan or your business plan or your business model, usually one of those questions is who's your target audience, and you just can't say everybody. You have to have a target audience. So if you are a startup, I see a couple people on Facebook Live who are saying that they are startups. That's the process that you go through, and that's kind of the process that you have to go through as well when you start creating your persona type. So what do you sell? And how do you offer it to your customers? So you really want to make a list. So typically what we do with our clients is we go to their office and they usually have a conference room, and we have a big whiteboard put up, and we list out, okay, here's your offering. Here's what you're offering to folks. So for just an example, for our company QCamp, we have user-friendly websites. So that's one group. We have social media marketing. That's another. We have search engine optimization. That's another offering. And then we have email marketing campaigns. That's another offering. So let's just say we have those 4. And then from there, we have to examine each offering and see who typically buys it. So let's look at our website user-friendly group. Who typically buys a website from us? Well, it's usually a business owner. They're usually in between 30 and 50 years old. You know, they reside in the Chicagoland area, whatever it is. So we list all of that out. We would do the same for your business as well. And then we organize our clients for each service. And we put them into logical groups, and we categorize them by similar traits and demographics and so on and so forth. Once we have it on a big whiteboard, it starts popping out at you exactly what your persona groups are going to be and how you're going to categorize them and target your efforts towards them. So now you want to turn that whiteboard into personas. So like I said, it usually pops out at us. Usually our clients are like, hey, they start raising their hand like in a classroom, and they're like, hey, this could be a group or that could be a group. It just starts popping out at you. But they've never gone through this process before. So they don't know. So we basically go through that information and we figure out what are the logical groups of customers. So from obviously for QCamp, for user-friendly websites, we have business owners. So that's going to be one of our groups, one of our stakeholders, business owners between their 30s and 50s. And then we can start building out their personas. We can start looking at their likes and dislikes. We know who our past clients are. For our business, we go to our project managers to get that information, because once they are started a project with a client, they're with them throughout the whole step of their project from beginning to end. They know our customers probably the best. So they know their likes and dislikes of the process that we took them through to create a website. They know their demographics. They know their goals. They know their frustrations. So we always go to them for, you know, our go-to for information. A lot of companies don't have project managers. So if you sell a service, maybe it's your sales department. Maybe your sales department stays with the client throughout that entire process when they have a service offered to them. Maybe it's a graphic design company or something like that. So they stay with them throughout that design process. So they know the goals and frustrations that keep coming up. And so then we can put that in the demographic in the persona group, and then we can target better. And we can also refine things as well. Maybe our web design process isn't the best for our clients. We can tweak that a little bit. So it helps with internal things as well, such as processes. So personas, as you're learning here, and I see some comments on Facebook Live, they're huge. And I see a lot of people are saying, I didn't even know what a persona was, or I've never done this before. And don't worry, don't freak out. I have some people that are kind of like freaking out. Don't do that. It's very easy. It's a great process. And it really helps you to learn more about your company and better evaluate it as well. Maybe you want to tweak some things. Maybe your sales process is like, whoa, we're not even targeting this group of people. We need to change some things. So definitely give your personas a name, generate a fake persona, get creative with it, have some fun with it. It's fun. When we get in with our clients and we start building personas, well, then it's time to put pictures to the persona. It's just a fun time. And we, with COVID, obviously we haven't been going into, clients' offices, but we've been doing it virtually. We've been doing it on Zoom. Zoom has a great tool with a whiteboard, so we're just using that. And we're still having fun with that. So there's still ways to do it as well. So remember, though, that a persona is not a real person. It represents a group of people. So you don't, sometimes we build personas and we're building them, with our higher ups at the business owners and, CEOs and CFOs. And then we take it to the next department, let's say marketing. And marketing is like, well, who is that? What customer is that? Oh, they're not happy. They don't like this or that. And it's like, no, they represent a group of people that you sell to. So just remember, they're not a real person. Just think abstract representations, and you'll be good. You'll be good to go when you go to each department, because you do have to present these personas to each department once they are created. Maybe your marketing department has something to add. Definitely customer service does. So I would suggest that if you do this on your own, definitely make sure that customer service is probably the first group of people that you go to with this. Because they will have a lot to add to dislikes and likes and goals and frustrations of your clients. So why do businesses need personas? We've kind of gone through that kind of here and there, but you definitely want to make sure that you are personalizing your offerings to the general public and to your target audience. And personas, like I said, they inform sales. They inform how you are going to approach different segments of your stakeholders to sell your products and services. You want to do the best job. You want to make sure that you hook them right away. So this is huge. Marketing, definitely. Marketing and sales go hand in hand. Your marketing materials, what emails you send out, what verbiage you send out, how do you hook people? Definitely design. If you're selling a product, you definitely want to make sure that your product is designed in a way that is going to be engaging and is user-friendly for your users, and is something that your users and your demographic and your personas want. If not, what's the point? And definitely you want to make sure that you're boosting customer satisfaction. I think that's all of our goals. So with sales and marketing, we've kind of touched upon this a little bit, but just targeting the needs of your users, knowing what those needs are, refining those needs. Like I said, you want to make sure every 6 months you're reevaluating your personas. You're reevaluating your sales approach. I hope you're already doing that, looking at your sales approach and looking at your marketing approach and how you approach the public with your product or service. Generating verbiage for your marketing materials is huge. Again, Joe, who's in his 20s, persona number 1 that we came up with, he's not going to want me to mail him a postcard about websites. He's probably going to use that as kindling for his fireplace. He's not the type. Sherry, on the other hand, might appreciate a postcard. So for her persona type, that's who I would be sending a postcard to. Joe would be someone that I would send an email drip campaign to. He's someone that I would be doing retargeting to. I'd be doing social media posts for. So then I know how to figure out, okay, well, now that I know this information, how do I create my social media marketing to target and get him in? So definitely big time with personas, because it helps us to gauge that. I wouldn't know that otherwise. I'd be like, oh, I want to do a postcard campaign and I'm going to do it. And Joe would get it. And guess what? I'm not going to get him as a client. We need to figure out what's more relevant. And we also need to figure out how we target our advertising efforts. So as a business owner or a designer of a product or even customer support, personas really help us to improve our internal communication by just providing relatable information for us. For our designers, it helps us to feature different details of our products to our persona types, which helps us to sell. As business owners, it helps us to improve our internal communication and discussion. I hold monthly meetings at the beginning of the month and at the end of the month with our sales team. And so we definitely look at these personas and we look at, our sales reports, of course. And they all go hand in hand. And it's like, well, should we be changing things? And if we do need to change things, we know where to go. We know what to do. It just helps to kind of guide us. And from a customer service support perspective, it helps us big time because, I want to have a job if I'm in customer service, but I also don't want people calling me up all day long with frustrations because, they didn't get good service or they didn't get a good product or it's not helpful for them. So definitely, personas help with these three groups as well. So if we look back at Kyle here, this is a very detailed persona, but this persona helped us to tailor our marketing big time. For this company, it helped us with our digital ads. It helped us with our landing pages on their website. How do we create content on the landing pages to target each group? Helped us with our social media posts and social media marketing to highlight different aspects of the product that would hook people that they were interested in. So just in this example here, an ad showing how an SUV can be used for taking kids and their gear to hockey practice better than other competitor SUVs was something that really hooked this demographic group, this persona group. So, just understanding and just figuring it out, who is my target audience? And it's just not, the answer just isn't one group. And that's a question that's coming up right now. And I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted, but I'm looking at the Facebook Live comments. How many persona groups should you have? How many fake personas should you have? And so it really just depends. There's no magic number. It really just depends on the offerings and the products that you sell at your business. And also who your target audience is. So I would definitely, have a conversation with each group, marketing, higher up, sales department, customer service. And then you can figure it out quite quickly by doing that whiteboard, writing out your offerings or your products, and then going through the detailed list that we went through earlier today. There are helpful tools out there to help you with this. You don't have to hire a usability firm like ours to have someone come in and go through this process with you. There are free tools online. One tool that we use for personas for our company of QCamp, for our digital marketing firm, is we use a software called SharpSpring. SharpSpring, you could Google it. It's a drip email marketing software. It also helps with sales and marketing departments. It helps with customer service. It's just amazing. You do have to get it, though, through an agency that is licensed through SharpSpring, like QCamp. But it's a great tool. We use it for all of our clients, and it helps us with so many aspects of people's businesses, but especially marketing. So we could do our social media marketing through it. We can do, our sales meetings through it and talk with our sales departments and help guide them through targeting. But personas is part of SharpSpring. So this is just a persona I made up last night. So you see how we put a picture to it? So within SharpSpring, they have a whole database of pictures. You just pick one that represents your persona. So I did that. You can see this, there's more to this. I just could do the screenshot, but you've got their name, their title, they describe themselves. So I just put an account rep for a small corporation. You could put a bio, has age group, it has all kinds of information here. Their purchasing motivation, pain points, frustrations, all of that. So we do this for all of our clients that we build a website for, that we're doing social media marketing for. Email drip campaigns is huge because we need to know, okay, what verbiage should be in the emails, who are we targeting. So definitely all those things. Google Ads is important as well. Just website engagement too, landing pages for your website. We create within here too, and then we can set different personas to those landing pages and target different groups of people. Also retargeting and remarketing. So if you're ever on Google and this is an example. I was on Google this weekend looking at a specific outfit and I decided I didn't want it. And then a few hours later, I went on to Facebook and it was in my right-hand corner or it popped up in my timeline. And I was like, hey, now I know how that works. But other people don't. And so they're like, oh, that's a little creepy. Like, how did it know that? It's all through retargeting and remarketing. So SharpSpring does that as well. So our clients can do that within the software as well. So it's just really cool. But the persona piece here is really neat because it has everything laid out for you. And then when you're a salesperson or a marketing person and you log in to your account, you can see your persona types and you can work within your teams as well to tweak them and figure out how do we remarket to them, how to retarget to them. SharpSpring also has a great automation tool, like I said, for email drip campaigns. So when you create your personas, the marketing department, it's key to them to know the personas. So like I said, when you have those meetings, which is a question that's coming up here at Facebook Live, is should you, after you create the personas, meet with every different group of your business? And the answer is yes, because you want to make sure that everybody's on the same page. And as I've already talked about, personas help guide you through marketing, your sales approach, your social media marketing, email campaigns, everything. So it's very important to make sure that everybody's on the same page. If your marketing department isn't targeting the right audience, how can your sales department sell? So this is just a representation here of an email drip marketing campaign within SharpSpring. But you can create all kinds of things in here. You can create time delays. You can have people get an email, and then if they click on a certain link within the email that goes to a landing page on your website, it's tracked. So it's an excellent tool and a great way to go after your target audience, and personas are key to this, because without personas, we wouldn't know how to create this email drip campaign or what the email messaging would be. So today I've kind of talked about a lot. Definitely people at first were like, what the heck is a persona? And then understanding why it's important within their business. It doesn't matter if you're a small business or a large organization, you should do this exercise. Understanding who your key audience and your stakeholders are is key to selling. And then we talked about how to generate personas for your business and how to go about that. Like I said, just some key tips: make sure you talk to customer service because they know the likes and dislikes. Or if you don't have a customer service department, talk to your project managers. If you don't have project managers, talk to your sales team. Whoever sticks with the client or customer the longest, that's who you want to talk with first. I definitely would say marketing should probably be last because they're going to carry out whatever you find out. So whatever persona groups you find out and you give to them, they're going to start targeting their marketing for those different groups. So I would say that they would be last. And then how to use personas to tailor your sales and marketing. So the big question is, are personas helpful? Do I really need to do this? I hope that I've conveyed today that it's 100% needed. You definitely need to do this and definitely go through that process. So you could take the recording today and you could sit down with your team and try to do it on your own, but you might miss something that maybe, you know, another pair of eyes may see that's outside of your business looking in. So, you know, just think about it. You know, it affects so many different parts of your business. Like I said, marketing to sales, to your business model. If you're selling a product, even to how your product's made and the different functions of your product. You know, you might be missing something totally that you didn't think of, especially software companies. We find this out a lot with software companies. They've got an idea in their head, the designers have an idea in their head. They feel like they're fulfilling a purpose with the software, and then they totally miss the boat. So definitely creating personas at the beginning is key. If you are interested in help with this for your company, you can contact us. I gave you my email here, Michel@situatedresearch.com. You can visit our website as well at situatedresearch.com just to learn a little bit more about our company and what we do. But I'd love to have a conversation with you and just see where you're at with your small business, what you're selling, what you're doing, and who you're targeting, and just have a conversation and see if this would be something that would definitely help you out. So I just want to thank everyone for attending today. I know we're ending a little short, but I have answered all the questions on Facebook Live, Rhonda. I don't know if there's any on Zoom. I can't see
You already
that.
sort of addressed it. It was more about, can you have too many, you know, or what is an appropriate number of personas that should, you touched on it a little bit, but.
Okay, yeah. So like I said, yeah, that was a question that came up on Facebook Live. So there isn't a set number, and it really depends on the offerings or the products that you sell within your business and who your target audience is. A lot of companies, one question that just popped up is that they hired a firm to help them with this, and they did customer interviews. So that is another way that you could go about this. I don't recommend it though. Customer interviews, you have to go back to customers that have previously purchased from you, first of all, unless you have like a subscription service. And they're usually not, I don't know what, I'm trying to think of the words. They're not volunteering their time, let's say. So you would have to cahoots them into, you know, giving you an interview. Usually have to give them something. So it could get expensive trying to do that and get that information. I would say definitely targeting your customer service department. They know the wants and needs and frustrations of your customers and your sales team. Definitely. But yeah, there's no set number. Mm-mm.
I also think if you go to a customer individually, like you're looking for broader, you know, not just one person's point of view, but, you know, like you had said before, you're looking for sort of an abstract generality of a group, not necessarily just one kind of person's take on things.
Exactly, exactly. And you could, you know, get 10 people, you know, 10 past customers, you know, that are like, yeah, I'll do an interview with you. And they may be from one persona group, all 10 of them. And you're missing the boat on others. So you can also look at your sales as well and talk to your sales department and see, you know, for our business, I can go to our sales department and I can say, okay, well, what was our demographic group for purchasing websites this month? And they could say, oh, well, we actually had a lot of 20-year-olds this month and a lot of startup companies and blah, blah, blah. And then we can tweak things that way as well. So there's just different ways to go about that, but definitely being guided through the process and knowing what to look for and how to do this is key. And we've had customers where, like the Kyle example for the persona, where that was for a car company, and they were trying to target, they were like, we're getting people in, to purchase SUVs, but our SUV is kind of unique. How do we target this group? So we worked with everything. We did different personas. We helped them with that. We tweaked their sales process, things like that. And they increased their revenue. I don't remember the numbers, but they increased their revenue within 6 months just by doing this. So definitely just understanding who your audience is, who your end user is key.
Is that the typical level of detail that you would get on some of the Kyle example? Because that one was a lot different than like the Joe and Sherry example.
Right.
Much
right. Much more detailed. So actually, if I go back, I think I can go back. Yeah. So the Kyle example was very, very detailed. That was before our company was using SharpSpring. So we were listing everything out and very, very, very detailed. You do want to be detailed. This screenshot from SharpSpring just shows a portion of the screen. There's a lot more detail and a lot more information at the bottom that I didn't put on here. But you don't want to be generic at all. You do want to be very specific.
Thanks.
Are there any other questions?
I don't see anything on Zoom.
All right, awesome.
Thanks, Michelle. That was really, really interesting and helpful, and I enjoyed it. I know I've been through this process before, and it is really fun to do, and it's very informative, and I definitely think that anybody who goes through it, you learn something about your business and your customers that maybe you didn't know.
Exactly. I have some customers who did this years ago when they first started their business and didn't know that, you probably should look at everything every 6 months. That's usually a good target. And it was like maybe 6 years later. And they're like, well, we don't even sell to these people anymore. Like, they don't buy our product. So it's like, okay, well, they're out. But then marketing has been focusing all their efforts on that group of people. So it's like, you've wasted all this money and marketing dollars targeting this group, and they don't even buy your product. And so that was huge as well. I mean, you find out where you're wasting money and where you can bring more revenue in. And it, like I said, it helps with a lot of different areas of your business. Definitely.
Great. Well, thank you. Again, this was recorded, and we'll be putting these on the various websites. And I also usually send the link out through our social media channels. So if you have liked us on Facebook or LinkedIn, you'll be able to see the links there. But you can also go to the oakbrookbiz.net website, and I'm sure it'll be up within a day or so. So anyway, thank you so much, Michelle.
All right. Thank you, Rhonda. And thank you, everyone who attended on Facebook and also Zoom today. Have a great rest of your day.
Have a great day, everybody. Bye.
All right. Bye.